Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Welcome back to another video from me. Today I'll be braiding my hair. I'll be doing so what I'll be using for this protective style: white tooth comb, very important, scissors to cut the extension, a rat tail comb to partition the hair, butterfly clamps to put my hair in place, shine and jam gel for braiding. So I have this pre-stretched extension. This is my first time of trying to use this kind of pre-stretched extension, and it is in the 26 inches. Now I'm going to divide my hair into two, and then I would now figure out how to braid. I'm not using a mirror. This is my mirror. I know I should use a mirror, but to part my hair, I don't know, I just use my 16s. I'm going to try to braid some at the back to show you guys how I braid the hair, but I'm going to show it very well at the front. This mirror is basically very useless because I can't see the back of my hair from this mirror, but at least it's helping me see the movement of my hands. So I'm just parting the first part in two, and then I'll part one into two again and one into two. So that means I'm going to get 4 sections from this back. And like I said, I'm just using my 6th sense because the mirror is just making me see my hand movement. It's not basically doing anything. But if you have a big mirror, please try to put one big mirror at the back and one big mirror in front. I've braided my hair before, so I kind of use that idea. So now I'm just dividing the hair into 3. That's the first section I'm using. I'll divide it into 3 and then braid about 2 times, and then I begin to add the extension to it. So I add the extension from underneath, and I put one part in the air and I put one part aside, and then I braid again together once. Then I take the upper section that I left apart and then I add it to what I'm braiding. It's actually very simple to follow if you just look at this. For me, this style is the easiest to follow if I'm braiding my hair myself. You just do this about 4 times. I already parted the number of hair I want to use on the arm of my chair, so I'm just picking it and inserting it into the braid. Like I said, you just want to take the hair, put one part in the braid, put one part aside, braid it together, then take the one you set aside and add it to it and braid again. It's just the same process, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. If you watch this video carefully, I can assure you you'd be able to braid your hair, although you may not become very perfect at it at once, but I assure you after the first time of trying it, the second time you will figure it out. You may struggle for the first braid, you may struggle for the second braid, but if you should do about 5 braids, you would get a hang of it and you become more comfortable and confident doing it. It is very easy, I tell you that for free. The only part you may not enjoy is that your arm is going to hurt a lot. Your arm will hurt a lot. That's the only part you may not enjoy. But to braid this hair, it is simple. Take your time. Don't do it while you're in a hurry. Make sure you finish doing everything you're doing. Like, I just made sure I finished cooking because I'm currently braiding my hair at night, so I made sure I finished cooking, I finished doing all the things that I had to do, and then I started braiding the hair before I slept. So the amount of time it took me to braid this hair was I'll say 8 hours because I started braiding at 7 p.m. I slept at 12, and then I started the next morning again, and I braided until 2 p.m. the next day. So I would say about 8 hours because I was taking breaks in between. So this is me trying to show you how I partition my hair. I basically just fill the parts with my hand, fill the size that I want with my hands, and then if I feel comfortable with the size, I go ahead to braid. That is how I figure out the size that I want. I just keep holding it together, trying to use my hand to feel the size that I want, and once it looks like that's what I want, I'll just go ahead and braid the hair. So there's no, for me, I don't think there's one hard and fast rule to this thing. I'm just showing you guys the easiest way I think you can braid your hair. So that's it. Look at the inches, the length. She's growing, baby. Okay, let's go back to braiding. You want to first partition your hair into three, and then you braid it together. Take it in, take the one above, you take that one in, take whatever appears above, take it in again. That's just the basic rule of braiding. And then you take your extension and you add it from beneath. Then you set one in the braid and you set one aside. Thank God I have ears. Please, benefit of having big ears, you get to hold your braids with it. Ha! Okay, so I'm just going to keep quiet and let you guys watch it before I ruin the entire video with this voiceover. But you get the gist. It's basically simple, the same procedure. I already have a video where I showed how to do a knotless braid yourself, and it was basically this same method that I used. But a sister reached out to me and said, "Oh, I'm trying to braid my hair myself and I can't find any video on your channel to help me. I've watched all the videos on your channel." And I'm like, okay, let me do a more detailed video on how I do the braids. Maybe it will be helpful to anyone who wants to try to braid their hair themselves. You get. So that's it, Sha. That's everything. We would meet when I start braiding the front. Don't go anywhere. Thanks. Okay, now we are at the front. You have to part the hair into three, as you can see me showing you in this video. Then you take the one above, make sure you take it underneath. Whatever appears above, take it underneath. That's the most simple explanation I have. Then you take your extension, add it from underneath. Make sure you're adding it from underneath, and then set one part aside and put one part in the braid. Braid it together once, then add the parts that you've set aside, braid it together again, then take another strand of extension, slot it in from underneath. Make sure it's from underneath. Very, very important. You get. Set one part aside and braid one part together with your hair. Add the part you've set aside. My guy, if you do it like this, Charlie, I can assure you, you're going to get this thing. Trust me. I've been teaching this thing since the 90s, Charlie. Since the 90s. You get. Okay, so you just keep doing it, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat till you're satisfied. One trick about this hairstyle is you can make your knotless braid as big as you want it to be, or as long as you want it to be. If you want it bigger, add a bigger part of extension to it, and if you want it longer, continue adding little bit of extension, little bit of extension until you're satisfied. That is how easy it is to control the size or the length of your knotless braid. And that's why knotless braid is the goat, because it is just very light. It feels very lightweight on your hair regardless of the amount of extension that you use. And for this hairstyle, I use two packs of pre-braided extension. I think I used 1.5 actually. I didn't finish 2 packs, but that's it. And I'm just showing you guys one last time how I do this. You just want to braid your hair first 2 times, then you begin to slot in the extension. I try not to make this video too long, because I don't want to bore you guys. The process is basically the same, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. The only part you might struggle with is one, parting your hair, two, the way your arm would hurt while you're, while you're braiding your hair. That's what would stress you out in this entire process, but the process itself is easy. You don't have to do too much. You just need to rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. Knotless braid is not that hard. Let me give you a secret. I struggle with making box braid than knotless braid. Can you imagine that? Anyways, it is what it is. Okay, so I'm done braiding my hair. I would not be trimming this hair because I don't know how to trim my hair. I always cut the hair, so I would not be trimming my hair. I'm just going to finish up this braid. Then I'm going to oil my scalp. That is also very important. I'm going to make sure there's oil in every part. Thank God the hair is braided, so it makes it easy for me to get to my scalp easily. I'm just going to be oiling every corners, crevice. I don't even know if what I'm saying is correct, but I'm gonna be oiling everywhere. That's what I mean. That's what I'm trying to say. And then I'll do my baby hair, my AJs, just to give it a little bit of sweetness and sumptuousness, to make it very, very, delicious and looking very sumptuous and tantalizing. So after I do swoop swoop in the front of my hair, you get, as in the baby hair, I will now hold it down and put a mousse on my hair. And after the mousse, I'm just gonna let it sink in and marinate and all that very sweet succulent stuff. And then I'll come back to show you guys the magnificent, the magnitonious magnitude of the sumptuousness, of the succulentness, of the magic, of the beauty of the hair. Oh god, good lord, I was so proud of my hair when I was done. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, and all the good stuff. Carry us and reach 500 is very important. Encourage our ministry, support us in the little way that you can. Thank you very much. God bless you. So I will not be trimming this hair, mainly because whenever I try to trim this hair, I've tried it before. Whenever I try to trim, I usually mistakenly cut the extension and in turn cut my hair. So I won't be trimming. I'll just put my mousse and dry it, and however it looks like. Now on top of my head the day, so we go do all right. I don't understand the voice note that I did in this video, or that I'm doing. The voice note is just going one kind, one kind. Like, it's going in the type of way that even me, I don't understand. But that's how the spirit led me today. You guys gonna accept it like that. You get. Thank you guys for watching this video up until this point. If you're still watching by now, you are the real OG. You are the reason why I am doing what I am doing. Thank you for the encouragement. So I'm going to leave my hair like this and wait for it to dry a bit. Then I'll come back to show you guys the final look. But I hope you find this video helpful, and I hope it's easy to follow. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, and invite people to subscribe. Spread the gospel of our channel. You get. All right, thank you. See you when the hair is dried. Bye. See the hair. Eh? Well, good.